themselves into on this sunny Sunday. You already know we right here. We're decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals, see what the talk of the town is going down the word in the curve. You heard me? I was having some technical difficulties right now, but I think I got it going now. I was trying to test out some shit, but I guess it didn't work, so. But it's all good. Trying to test out like where you can have like videos in the background, like for certain discussions on certain things, but I wasn't able to make it work. What's cracking, lacking, Lil Rich? What you getting yourself into, Loke? What bro? How you been? Did your phone die? Yeah, it did. I always forget that I gotta charge that motherfucker. It's because when I'm at work, I be having like YouTube playing or music playing in my earbuds, right? And I just let it play out, so it drains my battery. And sometimes I forget to charge that shit when I'm right here and on break. Tell you, I'm not one that's like all on their phone like that, right? That's why I don't pay attention to shit like that. What's cracking like it, Derek? What you getting yourself into, my boy? You know what? I didn't, but actually did scope out that there's actually cricket games like for the PlayStation. I was actually surprised. I was thinking of buying one because they weren't even that expensive. I think it was only like $12 or something like that for the newest one, the latest one. So I was like, all right, cool. I like to play sports games. Yeah, I like sports. Especially when you're playing against the homie for money. Oh, my boy. It gets intense. If you lose, you finna lose about $145 right now. Ain't nobody trying to lose that kind of money. Just chilling, getting something done. I feel you, bro. I feel you. It's the age, bro, starting to catch up. Cricket League of America, Los Angeles versus San Francisco match of LA versus. Oh, okay. That shit. Might have to scope that out. So LA got a team then. Fuck it, then that's our team then. And that's what we go for. Fuck it. There it is. You have to go get a jersey and everything. That's right, my boy. Shit, it be feeling good. I know. What's cracking like it, Mr. Pasa? It's definitely up in the casa for the raza. By the way, remember you actually yesterday if they have theme parks here. The only major theme park we have is Six Flags. The rest are okay. All right. I feel you. Yeah, I know Six Flags has fucking Six Flags everywhere. Texas and fucking God knows where else. Disneyland there's only like 2, no? And like Universal there's like 4 or some shit like that. The ones are like in fucking Japan or some shit. Got my sister's some shoes. Birthday. That's right, my boy. Hey, that's good, carnal. That's good. She older? You're older or she's older? They have Disney World, NC World in Florida. Yeah, the Disney World. Yeah, in Florida. Yeah, that one's big too, right? They say it's bigger than the one over here. And fuck, bro, can't even imagine that. I feel like the one over here is fucking like big as fuck. So I can only imagine that one. It's good, but hey, I feel you, carnal. That's the way it's gotta be. Some people don't have those relationships, so that's cool. They're called the Los Angeles Knight Riders. Their color is purple, similar to Lakers, I guess. Yeah, Knight Riders though. Really, Knight Riders? They could have came up with something better than that. It's a little cheesy, but fuck it, that's what it is then. I mean, yeah, well, we can't say. I mean, look at Los Angeles Lakers. Like Lakers, where the fuck are the lakes? I know that they came from Minneapolis, you know, and shit like that. But I'm saying like the name doesn't really fit no more though. But nobody seems to give a fuck. They released. Oh, serio? Yeah, they said that you got busted. That's crazy. Stay out of trouble. That cabrón out there. Disney World in Florida. It's a 12-hour drive. All right, all right. Oh, damn, it's a long drive. Might as well book a flight. Shit. I fucking hate driving, so you know, can't imagine being fucking hate long car rides. Tomorrow's my first day of college, second year, so we that's oh, but it's online. Oh, okay, easier. Oh, right, that's right. You're being a good big brother. Hey, that's good, carnal. Utah has one amusement park. It's called Lagoon. Is it like water themed? Me and my sister have had ups and downs. No relationship, especially. Yeah, but I think that. Yeah, but I think that a lot of people go through that though. You know, it's it's sometimes that's just the way it is. I mean, but it's not like it's like not normal, right? 'Cause shit like that does tend to happen. Right? But at the end of the day, y'all still family. So I do tattoos. Appreciate. Oh, tattoos does get feria. USC is literally in the ghetto. Wow. UCLA is a wealthy suburb. Yes, that is true. That is true. But even though UCLA is in like the wealthy suburb, whatever, it is not that far from the ghetto itself, though. Like it's maybe like 2 blocks away the ghetto starts, so it's not even that much of a distance from the actual ghetto. Same with like Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is not even that far from the ghetto itself. Maybe like a fucking block, right? That's it, ghetto from the nice area. And you know what the trippy part about all of that is, and you can see this online if you want, right? Like through the drone view. But when we're talking about like the ghetto, right? You see like the streets all fucked up and they're like it's all dark. You can't see shit like in the nighttime, right? And then once it gets to the like the nicer part, the streets change, right? All of a sudden you get nice streets and they're well lit, motherfucking brightest streets in the world. You know what I mean? But they say that it's all the same, and they don't know why people complain. According to Republicans, I guess. Yeah, but USC is in the fucking right there. You really don't get any space. Motherfuckers be posted right outside, fucking slanging and dumping and tagging and all kinds of shit. Oh shit, there's a Disney World in Paris. What the fuck? I didn't know that. Oui, oui, bonjour, mademoiselle. Je ne sais pas. Little Griffo sounds like he's like to suck. Little Griffo sounds like he likes to suck. What the hell? Little Griffo from San Diego? You don't like his music? He gets down. Utah Jazz used to be the New Orleans. Yeah, which makes sense, right? New Orleans Jazz, home of jazz. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know the history of Utah. I don't know if it has a history of jazz or not, right? But it fit really well with New Orleans. I mean, so does the Pelican still, right? Because the Pelican is their fucking bird and shit. So, I mean, it was better than the Hornets, right? At least the Hornets got to beat back to Charlotte. My love bug is definitely up in the building. Love you, baby. That's crazy. I didn't even see your message pop up. Fucking YouTube be hating. Why YouTube hating on my wifey? Pinche YouTube. Calentada for YouTube. That's weird. I hate when YouTube does that. Knight Rider is named after a cricket team in India. They brought it to America. Oh, okay, so that's where it came from. All right. I thought it was like they were trying like hard, you know what I mean, to come up with a name. Kind of like when Washington referred to themselves as the Bullets. Like, relax. Or when they wanted to call the Raptors the Savage Lions. Like, no, my man. Like, bro, chill, my guy. It's a fucking sport. Let's call ourselves the Killers. Just like when it sounded like Conejo said the N-word. Conejo said the N-word? OG Rebs? I can't picture OG Rebs in the N-word. Since, you know, he talks broken Spanglish. The little Grifo said it like the house girls who... He gets down and rapping though. I don't know the individual personally. Same with the New York cricket team. They named a team in India called the Indian. New York is called Indian. Oh shit! I didn't know that. Okay, so it seems like a lot of teams. They got a lot of the teams from India then. So I guess in India it's something that's really big. I guess it's your guys' football. You know how football's America's sport. I don't know. You can make an argument from baseball to football, but I mean, a lot of people say football, but I would figure it would be baseball. Nah, you know what? I'm tripping because hockey's big in America too, and you would figure it would be more big, like let's say in Canada, even though it is. But excuse me, my boyfriend had a your boyfriend had a tongue. That's strange. But you know what? I guess there's people that like piercings. I don't know. To me, I just don't see the purpose of having them. But I don't know. People are different. Whatever tickles your pickle. Bitches want his job. Serio? For the tongue ring? Man, they didn't even know why. Them stop playing. Everyone likes to push. Gang member one. Democrats push for rehabilitation. No. But see, no, that's actually not true. People think that the Democrats are like more lenient, like let's say on crime against gang members, but that's actually not true. They're very harsh when it comes to like gang members, right? Meaning when it comes to the Democrats, I could honestly say that both sides, you know, target them equally aggressively, right? The difference is that the idea of how to fix the problem is rehabilitation versus you can't fix these individuals. You get me? Not so much that that's actually what it is. Personally, right, if you do want to fix the problem, the best way to always fix the problem is to provide understanding and get to the bottom and the roots of the problems, right? To provide proper psychological help for these individuals to get them, you know, to get them right. But prison is not teaching them anything. It's not teaching them, you know, once they get out, how to be, you know, proper and productive peoples of society. It doesn't teach them none of that. You know what I mean? If anything, it teaches all the negative, right? And they come out worse. And I understand that there's, a lot of people out there that be like, well, they're fucking grown adults. They should already know how to behave and everything. But see, they don't understand, growing up with trauma and the psychological difference. Your view of what's right and methods on, go about problems is different from theirs. You know what I mean? If you were to be raised like them, you would understand what I'm talking about. But you don't. You're talking from the outside looking in. So it's easy to judge when you have never been there. Right? So you have to, since these individuals were never taught those things, right? You kind of have to reprogram their brain. And the only way that's going to happen is by, getting them psychological. But see, the problem with that is that people out there want to satisfy their egos, right? People don't want these individuals getting help because they don't see that as punishment. Like, nah, fuck that. They shouldn't be giving anything. Lock them up, throw away the key. Fuck these fools. Because they want to satisfy their ego, their fucking, they want to satisfy their views. They want to see these people punished. Even though you never fix a problem by coming aggressively and disrespectful and, like, it always blows my mind that, they want these individuals to change their ways and be better people, better productive people in society and everything like that, and to turn over a new leaf and to be kind. And then, when the crime happens, they fuck these fools. And it's like, hey, what happened to all that? Hey, let's give people a chance, change your ways, and all that humble talk, though. All of a sudden, that shit goes down the drain. And I get it, yeah, fuck these fools, yeah, because you feel good. You feel good that they're being punished. It makes you feel good. But it's not fixing the problem, though, right? And then now you're bitching that the problem never gets fixed. Well, how do you want the problem to get fixed this way, bro? You can't treat people like shit and expect them to fucking change. Right? You got to come differently, but people don't want that because they don't see that as punishment. It doesn't satisfy, what they want. They want revenge. They're giving into their fucking, negative behaviors, but, it's hypocritical, I guess. Talking about, hey, they don't see these motherfuckers. They don't have the right to be killing anybody. Nobody has the right to take another person's life. Yeah, these fools can do a crime. Give them the death penalty. Execute them. What happened to all that whole fucking mumbo jumbo you were just fucking yapping? Oh, now it's different, huh? Man, lead by example. Now shut the fuck up. The gang members over here fighting for dumb shit, stupid shit. They can never get along. Why can't they put the differences aside? Yeah, Republicans and Democrats can't do the same. Like, what? Take your own fucking advice. The day you guys can get along is the day that these people will get along. How about that? I think there'll be a better chance at gang members getting along than politicians. And I'm not even joking. I'm being that serious. Say something nice about the other side. No. Come on, Democrats. Say something nice about the Republicans. No. Can you guys meet in the middle? No. Fuck them. Okay. The European trip in Paris and London sounds nice. Yeah, I guess. I really wouldn't see, what I would want to do there. Like, what would I do there? Paris is ghetto. Paris does have its ghettos. I actually have talked to somebody who lives in France, and yeah, to my surprise, actually, I was mind blown. That's an upcoming music video with Mr. Shadow Nice You. Hopefully, it's good. I'm hoping that it's a good track. He has a good track record with West Coast Leg, right? But I can't automatically assume just because it's Mr. Shadow Nice You that it's gonna be banging, Because who knows? I might not even like it. It has happened before where two great artists, on the same track, and I just didn't feel the track. Did Little Rob do a song with Ice Cube? Yes, Little Rob does have a song with Ice Cube. It's Little Rob, Ice Cube, The Game, 50 Cent. No, not 50 Cent. Crooked I. the game. I should. Dove C. And there's like 9 people on the track though. It's called My Lowrider, and it was a collaboration with a lot of rappers, and Little Rob is featured in that track. And yes, it's a real track, and it's on the game's album. I mean, Little Rob has actually made it big. He's actually rapped with big individuals and been featured in big projects. It's just that people don't like to credit him. I don't know. Whenever it comes to Chicanos, for some odd reason, people just don't like to give them their flowers. And to my surprise, Little Rob was cool. He was cool in the track, right? Like, Little Rob is really, really successful. I'm just not so much of a fan of his style of rapping, though. He tends to be one of those rappers that rhymes the same word with the same word. Right? Like, I'm waking up and I'm gonna go roll it up, and I'm coming up, and up, 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 and it's just like, it's not really, you're not really, rapping though. You can't rhyme the same word with the same word. I see that as not, being creative, right? But he makes it work though. He makes it work because people dig it. But I'm more of a person. I prefer the the wordplay when it comes to the rap things. I don't really like flows that are like that. Like when they're just like basic. Did you see the? Is going to be doing it. Oh yeah, I did. Actually, I didn't see, but my son actually is the one that told me about it. I was like, what the hell? It's $1 billion lawsuit, no? That's a lot of cheddar. But I guess the Los Angeles Knight Riders is a team. And you gotta buy some merch. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to, bro. I'm gonna have to. We don't have a team for that yet. Oh, you don't? I would figure you guys would, since Atlanta has, a team in every sport. Right? I mean, it's a big market. Not a big market like, let's say, other places, but it's a place that buzz, that's got buzz to it. Shit. A lot of, great, players come out of, Atlanta. And rappers. Shit, at one point, the rap game, man, Atlanta was rocking the rap game for a while. You had all kinds of fucking rappers from Atlanta. Shit was crazy. Hey, aren't the Mingos from Atlanta? Or am I tripping? Because didn't one of them give Trae Young a fucking a chain when Trae Young got signed to the Hawks? Hey, Atlanta needs to pick Trae Young, and now he's gonna leave. He's feeling very unappreciated. I don't blame him. He's been fucking carrying the Hawks for a while. I don't want to pay that fool. That's fucked up. Like, how is the Spurs paying Fox and Atlanta not gonna pay Trae? That's crazy. Fool's been fucking carrying the Hawks for a good while with no help. Now he's got Porzingis, but shit. But Porzingis is not even in his prime though. Trae Young never had no help. Want that fool to do everything by himself. The closest would be Texas Super Kings. The Super Kings? See, but why? I don't know. That just doesn't fit Texas, though. Texas, because you know how Texas is like very prideful in its Texasness, right? It's everything always has to do with something like cowboy related or some shit like that. Like the Texans or the Cowboys or the Spurs or the Mavericks or some shit relating to some kind of cowboy shit. The Rockets, because they got that fucking space station right there. But the Super Kings doesn't really sound like something Texan would want to say. The picture of the Texans wanting to be called like the fucking the Bulls or some shit like that. The Bull Riders. The Super Kings? Our team's gonna start giving names like Bullets, Assassins, and Serio, Don't get them started, bro. There's gonna be a tiny Lokes pretty soon. Them baby Lokes. Nah, but they were called the Bullets though. And then they changed the name because they seen that it was too, like, negative. And the jerseys had bullet holes with the fucking bullets on it. I'm just like, no, my man. Mexican baseball teams are named after the state produce. Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true. And baseball is really big over there, I got tios that would play, in the baseball teams. And I got homies también. One of them was pretty good. He got deported, he was pretty good. He made it, not to the big times, but he was really, really good. Cricket is most definitely like India. Well, that's pretty much, kind of like how it is right here with fucking like football and shit like that. I mean, look at the Super Bowl. Is one of the most watched fucking shits here. And it's also Donald Trump's favorite sport. I love football. Nothing better than football. Did you know that I invented the tackle? True story. Ask everyone. Everyone knows. As a matter of fact, my doctor said that no one tackles better than me. That at my age is phenomenal what I'm able to do. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Ask Manon. She'll tell you I tackle really well. The prison system is on the side of the... It's worse than... Yeah, of course, I know. It's money. It's just to generate money. I know. No, they want to play the political bullshit games. Shut up. It's for money. Okay? We know. We know you guys just want to generate money. Like I said, crime is a multi-billion-dollar business. These people really don't want to stop crime. They want to bring crime to it. So you're telling me that all these cops and detectives and all that want to lose their jobs or get their hours cut? Is that what you're really telling me, that that's what they want? Because, I mean, if you do that, there's crime. Then that means that you will have to let a lot of staff go because, kind of, right? Leave them. You're going to have to cut them. They're going to lose their jobs. They can get their hours cut. I really doubt that they want that to happen. As a matter of fact, so far in these investigations that they have done on these precincts, it actually shows that they have actually, committed crimes themselves by planting evidence, falsifying reports in order to get more hours and raises, right? Higher wages. They plant evidence on people. There's no crime, then fuck it. We'll just have to, create the crime. That's not a lie or conspiracy. You can look it up. There's so many reports that it's actually mind-blowing. When I was actually first looking into it, right, when somebody had brought it up, I knew I was going to find, some, right? I knew there was going to be some, but the way that person was saying, I was like, yeah, this feels fucking exaggerating. Can't be that many. I was actually fucking mind-blown of how many, and because you never hear about it. They never cover it in the news and shit like that, right? But it is fucking insane how many there's actually been, right? And I'm just like, what the fuck? That's true. And, I like the government's method of this, right? Because technically they're not keeping anything from their people, from the people, right? They're not hiding the information. The information's there. They just don't tell you that this is happening, right? You kind of have to look for it yourself, right? And then that way they can be like, well, we're not hiding it. I mean, if anybody wants, they can look it up and, there it is. So, okay, yeah, that's true. They're not hiding it, but they're not telling you either, right? So they're slick. They're slick. They're slick. They're slick. You know what I mean? Before, when people were saying about the CIA, how they would doing all this Spanish shit, right? I used to think a lot of some of these people were crazy, right? So like started, researching it, and I was actually fucking mind blown at the shit that was happening, right, or has happened, right? And like I said, the government's not hiding it because it's all public information, but you kind of have to look for it yourself, though. Right? Then it's like, fucking A, dude. For example, like, if you want to know what's happening with the whole Epstein thing, right? Like what's happening with the Epstein files and case and everything like that. If you're a Republican that only watches like Republican, news feeds like Fox News and stuff like that, you would have absolutely no idea what's happening, right? Because I watch Fox News and all that, right? And they never talk about it. They never ever talk about the Epstein, the Donald Trump connect. They never bring it up ever, ever, ever. So if that's all you watch, you wouldn't even know, about, there's new evidence that's been coming out and shit like that. You would have no idea, right? And same when it comes to any Democratic, official who's, in hot waters. If you watch just, the left wing, right, you wouldn't even know because they play the games too. Yet they want to call themselves journalists and, independent and non-biased, and fuck you. Then report it, If you really about, the truth and, America, then you would fucking release a thing and give a fuck if there's Democrats on the Republic. Who gives a fuck? Fuck them all. If they were doing this kind of shit, they should get punished, bro. Equally the same. Even if it's Obama and pinche, fucking, Bush and, Clinton, and fuck them all then. Nobody get no fucking special privileges and fucking nobody get no pass. You know what I mean? Like, nah. You know how the fucking, when you do get on the right side that talk about it, right? They're like, oh, well, you have Democrat names on there, and a lot of Democrats were Epstein homies and everything. Yeah, fuck them too, bro. Why are you bringing them up like if it makes a difference? Release the files, bro. You know what I mean? That shit is crazy. If you really about America, then you would fucking, even if it's members on your side, nah, bro, because it's not about, right or left. It's about what's right in America. So stop being bitches and just release that shit. I know, like, I could bet my life that Trump has done scandalous shit, bro. I just really don't think that nobody cares, though, to be honest with you. As sad as that is, a lot of people on the that are Trump supporters, bro, they'll fucking like even some of them said, even if he was to commit a murder live in the White House, I'll still support him. Yes, people have said that live on TV. And I'm just like, fuck, that is fucking crazy, though. You know what I mean? It's a trip. And the hypocrisy is crazy, like how they're trying to get that one guy a felony for throwing a sandwich at the cop, right? And the Republicans are saying how, yeah, these people are getting out of hand and they think that shit is funny. Nah, they're going to be laughing when we get, the felony, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, when the fucking Republicans stormed Capitol Hill and fucking a police officer actually lost his fucking life and they were actually armed with weapons and ARs and took people hostages, Donald Trump pardoned all of those people. All of those people weren't felons. But this fool threw a fucking sandwich and he's a felon now? And they don't see the hypocrisy there. You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy. And when they say, stop bringing up the past, stop bringing up that incident, why are people always bringing up the past? My boy, you guys are talking about fucking Hillary's emails and fucking, and the Russia. Isn't that in the past? So it's okay when you guys do it, but not when they do it. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, and it's not because I'm trying to defend the Democrats or the left, right? But it's fucking true, though. The hypocrisy is insane, It's a trip, though. People on that side is a trip, though. It's kind of like they want it just their way. You know what I mean? They make no sense. They're the most delusional, supporters of any president I've ever seen in my life. Meaning in the whole world. Shit, they come pretty close to, the ones that follow Hitler. In delusion. There's a reason why people spread countries. Yeah. Crime is big business, bro. It provides a lot of jobs for a lot of fucking things that I doubt these people want to lose. Like, oh man, hey, no graffiti. Those graffiti removal people, they losing their jobs, my boy. You know what I mean? Spray can industry, weapon industry, bail bonds, lawyers, judges, law enforcement. My boy. How that money just trickles down, huh? It's crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.